Bam! Welcome everyone. It is April 3rd, 2024, and we are the Rogue Contenders. You have me, Jay Crane, Ryotin, and Drake the Duelist. And today we also have Pika Girl with us today. So, welcome everybody.
You know, what's so
Happy first week of April.
what's so funny? When you said April 3rd, I looked at my calendar to see if you were lying. So
No,
I'm like, it can't be the third.
er, it's crazy. This year's flying by. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but it is flying
Like
by.
Oh no, it
like
definitely
I do.
is.
it
I
really
have
is.
massive narcolepsy.
Did you say you have narcolepsy?
Wait,
I've been so tired like these past couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, damn, really, Drake? Another thing? How many things can one person have, Drake?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, wow, bro, like, damn. I don't know how to respond to that.
Weather. It's like the whole thing where you get lower metabolism when it gets colder. What happens
Yes.
when cold is 9 months of the year?
Yeah, that's true. Listen, I live in upstate New York, so I get it. It is cold most of the time.
I live in
Right
Ohio,
now, it is 100% rain right now, so it's just super rainy.
so you ever seen that meme where they said Ohio goes through all four seasons in one day? Today, God was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this for real." So it started off this morning. It was about 6 degrees, nice, beautiful. Then got a little chilly. Okay, fine. And then it went to bright and sunny again. Cool. And right now it is snow
Oh, wow.
all in one
That's
day.
crazy. Yeah,
So
that's too
people
much.
say it's always fun why people in Ohio like trying to figure out what to do for the weather that day. And so my neighbor, he came out and was just so confused, and I could tell that his day was gonna be messed up the rest of the day. Like he came out, he had his overalls on. He's like, "Shit, it's warm." Takes it off, put it back in. When he got back home, oh, he was pissed.
You suspect Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons is happening somewhere.
And that's I'm just
All
like,
about controlling the weather.
controlling weather. But yeah, yeah, we're here. We last week we played some games. This week we got some info. Next week uh, we're doing it something.
Yeah, possibly we'll have the creators of the X Seekers of Fortune here. I just need to verify because they also record their podcast on Wednesdays.
Ah,
Uh, but based on the time that we do ours, they said that they would probably be able to. So
okay.
hopefully we will have them. And then the big we got on the 17th, also a special guest. Ryo, you're more than welcome.
So I don't want to because I'm gonna mess up his last name because I've been saying it wrong for the past year. But we do have Ridge, CEO of Rising Empire Studios, creator of Alpha Clash. He'll be joining us for a special one-on-one interview with the Road Contenders, and that will be on April 17th. And so that's going to be definitely very, very exciting. So again, any questions that you want to ask Reg, again, drop them in the Discord or on Facebook, and we'll try to get that in, ask them more questions. And then now that following week, the Road Contenders, unfortunately, we will not be here. That's a sad. I don't have my sad horn. I don't know where my sound is at. We thank you. There we go.
There we go.
We will not be here, and that's because we will be heading to Vegas for Clash Grounds. So again, takes place on the 25th. So Road Tenders, well, half of us will be heading out to Vegas. Now we also are trying to petition for Jay Crane to get his flight paid, and just for $1 a day, a cup of coffee a day, you can send Jay Crane to Vegas.
Hold on, let me splash some water in my eyes. Oh, fucking seltzer water. Oh, fuck.
So,
Oh,
so again, we want to get him from New York to Vegas. I know it's halfway across the world, but hey, if you want to go ahead and donate to the funds, why not? Just go ahead and do it. This is not a
and I attempted to see if I could walk all the way there, like kind of
Jesus
like how
Christ.
Forrest Gump did. I made it to my front door and I couldn't breathe.
So I'm curious, if you drove, how long would that drive be?
It's a long drive. Let's see. Where is it? At which convention center? I know it's
Approximately 4 days. Don't ask me how I know that, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you know where I live?
It's like I said, like, how'd you get his address?
Suspicious.
I mean, no, yeah, that'd be ridiculous. You gotta think about it. You drive 4 days there just to turn around and come back.
Yep, I know.
Like, hey guys, bye guys. But no,
It's interesting.
it's definitely gonna be fun. Basically we're what 3 weeks out from Alpha Clash first big tournament. I know a lot of people are starting to get excited. And again, if you have not signed up, please go ahead and sign up now. But I did get it confirmed from Keith over at Realm Games that you can purchase your tickets day of. So if you're waiting, to get paid or anything like that, you can purchase your ticket for the event day of. That is acceptable and that is fine. But I would say if you're getting in on Friday, try to get registered on Friday. So that way it just makes the tournament run a lot smoother on Saturday and, but more importantly, on Sunday. So that is one thing that I would say again, you can wait till week of or the day of, but again, Friday at least try to get signed up so that way you are ready to go for Sunday's event. Sunday again is the Clash Ground event. Set 2 is legal, and then on Saturday it is the sneak peek pre-release event where they'll both will have Sunday will have cash prizes and Saturday will be sealed prizing. But again, you want to sign for both of those. You want to play in them. There's also going to be a lot of different demo events going on, new players coming in. So it's going to be extremely exciting for new and veteran players. And I know I staked my claim that I'm going to take the whole thing and then I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Just to let you know, I did look it up, and I am 38 hours away from Vegas.
oh, that's like a day and a half. You good?
Yeah. If I run, 935 hours. Oh,
What about a train?
on train, 2 days and 18 hours.
Yeah, that's again. You'll get there. All right, guys. Bye, guys.
Yep. So it's definitely a hike. It stinks that it's that far for the first one because I would definitely love to go, but yeah, it's just too far.
Yeah, and that's why I said I feel like I push this one so much because it is the first one, and to have that feeling of saying, "Hey, I was the first champion," like that's so great. But again, like I said, the distance, it is bringing some people out. But I would say, there's I think 2 more events this year, 2 or 3 more events.
There is, and I don't know. Actually, we'll bring this up later, but I saw something, and I know we had brought it up. I think it was last week we brought it up, but I noticed that they're holding Clash Grounds in the Philippines.
Yes, on the yeah, they're I didn't know this, but I probably did know, but I just kind of looked over it. But yeah, Clash Ground in the Philippines is going on the same time as Vegas.
Yeah, which is crazy because, like I said, I feel like it was not announced. But then I saw the post from, I think it was Sergio that posted.
Yeah, Sergio posted because I was like, oh man, they got the promo card super early. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
they got them early. Yeah.
And I was like,
By the way, those promo cards.
yo, those promo cards are nasty. Like I know some people are saying, oh, I wouldn't give up my kinetic blast. I said, dude, I'll trade you for your wins immediately.
Yeah.
Like for me, not even a question. I know you still want people to smuggle you back some.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically we'll see who'll come out from Philippines as the top, and then we'll see people come out from the USA as top. And I said, oh my God, they said yesterday and beyond the portal that this game is already global, where places in Australia can't keep stock.
Yeah, I actually saw that today too. I saw people in Australia looking for booster boxes like fiends. Right
Like they're really like, and it's like, yo, we have some, but it's like they're sold out where they had to get another distributor just to keep up with the demand. And I think that is awesome. And to segue onto that, because I said it was something we didn't really talk about, but I do want to talk about it very, very briefly. It's about how Alpha Clash is doing in other parts of the country and how well. I'm not gonna say how well the rollout's been because we know there's been some issues, but how receptive people in other countries are. I count Canada as another country because technically it is, but people from the Philippines, Australia, people from Europe who were just like, "Hey, can we have any updates? What's going on? What's going on?" And people just constantly like this, and then when it finally gets released, then I was like, "Oh well, I don't care anymore." No, they're like, "Cool, we're going and we're buying things. We're gonna buy this out."
Yeah.
And like the Philippines, like I always want to give shout out to them, where they're hosting 32 people events almost every week.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's big because I honestly don't know any place here that's doing that yet. I think the most I've seen is maybe like 12. So it's a big deal to have that many people.
Like it is huge. And I feel like after Clash Ground, you're going to see a tremendous spike because it's going to be all eyes on deck on it. And again, we start having people like, okay, hey, look at all these people playing. Hey, look at the events going on. Look at people who are winning. Look at the pricing that's going out. Now people are more excited for that next one. Like, okay, cool. Where's the next one going to be at? What's going to happen in the next one? Okay, I want to go there and go. Hey, I want to go ahead and build this deck. Hey, set 3 is brand new and it's legal for whatever. I think they said the next event is in June, and set 3 would be legal. So now you're going into a big tournament with a brand new set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I always like tournaments when a new set comes out.
I
just
love
feel
it.
like it's so, and since no one really knows what the cards are, it kind of gives everybody an equal playground.
Yes, and that's a perfect segue into um, what are some of our favorite cards. This again, so we did a poll today on Facebook. We kind of asked the community what's some things they want us to talk about, and one of them was from Garrett is what's some of our favorite cards that have been spoiled from set 3.
Boom, boom, boom. Who wants to go first?
Uh,
I already know mine.
I'm gonna let Pika Girl go first because she's always so quiet. So what's your favorite one so far? It could be one or two, multiple. Which one you like?
My favorite one is the Flare Blast Assault.
What the Pyro Blast Assault?
Yeah, that one. I butchered that word.
Really? Okay, okay, that's one. Okay, Team Covenant did.
Oh, I think that actually might be the only one that is not on this site.
Are you serious?
No, here it is. Here
Okay.
it is on here. Boom.
So what is it? So it's a 5 cost exclusive. Whenever you play a red card, okay, that's the one. Okay, that's the one where you play a red card.
Yep, you deal 1 damage to target contender or clash ground, and it's only 2 red pips, which is nice.
So what? So I'm gonna ask everybody what card. I'm gonna ask everybody why. So why this card?
Because my deck is going to be a main red deck.
Mm-hmm.
And her ability alone deals that damage as soon as I play a card.
So it's not because it's Flare and as a female you want an all-female deck.
No. So you throw this in with, say you're playing war. Now you got your tokens and everything else that you're playing.
Okay.
You deal that damage as soon as it hits, or as soon as it plays. And then you got to turn around and everything I attack with, you now deal with that damage also.
Oh, from the attack. Okay, my what?
Yeah, I will say the fact that this does not say this this ability triggers only once per turn, definitely makes it nice because she's right. You know, play save a couple of 1 cost, and then play this turn 5 and then drop 4 of them next turn, and that's 4 damage direct plus whatever you're putting on the field.
You know what's really funny though? You know what else is a red card? The Clash buff.
Yeah. The Clash buff does trigger this one, and as I said, I feel like there's a reason why certain cards go like, hey, this card's exclusive, and I'm like, oh, why? Now I think about possibilities. I go, yeah.
And then you have 4 of these on field, man, pinging somebody every time for 4. Yeah.
Oh, I would be happy.
Much.
I said,
and the art was done by Wade, which is the art's pretty damn sweet.
Speaking of that, I forgot to ask because they did say they did confirm this on through the portal. Wade King, Ridge, Josh, Jordy, I know I'm missing somebody, will be at Vegas. So I'm telling you, if you want stuff signed, I mean, be respectful. Just don't, jump them in a parking lot. But if you want,
Or shove it in their face.
they're shoving it in their face. But if you want stuff signed, like I know I'm bringing all of my art prints to get signed.
That's cool.
I'm definitely gonna do that because again, like I love Wade's art. I try not to be biased, but I love Wade's. I love Alex stuff. Like,
Yeah, I like Chris's. I like Kyle's. I like Wade's. They have good art.
I do like Kyle's. I would love for them to do like a competition. All right, perfect. Do you have any other cards that you liked?
I'd also go with Suit Up for Moxie's.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that's gonna be at least 3 of our favorites.
It really is.
I'll throw that out there.
Yeah. So
I don't need to mention it.
so
Okay, so it was on yours too, Drake.
it's
Yep.
So it was on everyone's.
it's on everyone's list.
This card is fire.
Like, I'm sorry, Suit Up is, again, so people who don't know, who people are not looking at the screen, Suit Up is a 3-cost, 2-pip requirement black. You put up to 1 weapon from your hand into your accessory zone. Then, next skill, you may attach a weapon in your accessory zone to an Alpha Hunter Clash card you control without paying that weapon's attached cost. Then you draw 1 card.
For the hell of it, just throw it in there.
I will say this card single-handedly makes Moxie the most playable and most dangerous deck.
Moxie love. And I can't wait to see all you dirty, dirty players. Oh, now all of a sudden everyone wants to play Moxie.
Bro, I'm not.
You turncoats.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you up.
Moxie come latelys.
Like I'm 100% a bandwagoner right now. I'm not gonna hold you up. Like I know I said a lot of disrespectful things to Moxie, but
you did.
This is gonna be in my deck for the end of time.
I'm gonna have a shirt made for Origins that says I liked Moxie before everyone else did.
Hey, can we get 2 of those?
Yeah, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
She was my
I
first
think
day.
the first time because she's the best. She was the best. People just wanted too much out of her. Like now's gonna be her chance to shine for sure.
Hey, I can actually make your shirts.
Oh, you can. That's right. You can make a shirts. You can make a shirt for Vegas, but
No,
we're still here.
No, not for Vegas. Only for Origins.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because you're not. Yeah.
You guys don't get that fun without me.
So just to be clear, okay. So it's not the fact that Jay Crane can't go. He can go. He got the money. He was not invited.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, you know how everybody knows that's a damn lie? Because anyone that was in Josh's live today saw how disappointed he was that I wasn't going to be there. But it is what it is.
Right, I'm still gonna push for that. Like, we need to find some way to get you there because dude, I feel like you being as advocate and vocal about this game, for you to miss the first one is a crime.
Listen, man, I've been on the corner of the street for a month now, and I've lost money. I had to pay someone because they were like, "Get off my corner." It's not going good, guys. It's not going good.
So Drake, real quick. So I know you said that Suit Up is in your top, but tell me how you feel about it.
Suit Up should have come out in set 1, and we should have been getting Moxie fully loaded right about now.
I can actually agree with
Okay.
that. I would have appreciated Suit Up way
But
more.
it's like, is Moxie fully loaded as good as Magnate King of the Gambits? No.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I mean, I'm be honest with you. I don't. I feel like King Gambit is good, but I feel like Fully Loaded is better because it's like, cool. You're not making it to turn 7.
Sorry, I'm just looking through here.
Now, I do say that I feel like people need to respect King Gambit because if you don't, it will destroy you as soon as it hits the board. There's nothing you can do about it besides go, I can't do that.
Yeah. And just for everybody that's watching, so Magnate King of the Gambit 7 costs with 4 green pips, unrivaled, and has trigger attack. Each player discards 1 card. This card gets +1/+1 for each other Magnate in your Clash Zone or in your Oblivion. If this card's attack power is 10 or more, this card gets Breakthrough. And when this card deals Clash damage to a player's contender, that player must send all Clash cards they control to Oblivion, then send this card to Oblivion. And it's a 4/4. I confused this card with the novel. I thought this was the book. Then I realized it was a card. I was like, oh shit. Oh, goddamn, like holy crap. Also, by the way, though, this card, it just in general looks gorgeous. I know we talked about it when we first showed it off, but this gold border thing that they got going on with it, and then the stamp.
Well, strictly speaking, that's the prize version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When
I'm saying this one is because they can see what I'm pointing at. But yes, this exact one is the gorgeous one. And then look at that art from Chris Jones. Speaking of Chris, look at him. Look at that fucking magnet.
Again, I feel like this would be probably the first. I mean, because technically Moxie is the first monocolored deck, but I feel like this would be like a nice green mono. Wow, green mono, little splash of something white or blue in there. But it's like cool. I'm just going to discard magnets, and the card that was spoiled today actually works really well with getting more magnet cards into the discard pile.
Yeah, but are you gonna run this card just to be able to discard? But yes, I understand what you're saying for sure. You'd be able to because you'd have no weapons probably except for maybe the contender weapon that got leaked or that got spoiled. But yes, this is the card that he's talking about. Gatekeeping. It's 1 white. Lets you activate the portal and you look at the top card of your deck. If it's a weapon, reveal it and add it to your hand. If not, put that card into your Oblivion.
I just want to buy multiple copies of this card to anybody who was like gatekeeping in TCGs. I'm just going to hand it to them.
Yeah, I personally probably won't play this. Like, I get what they're trying to do. It really seems like Cao Ling is heavy weapons, man.
Yeah. I'm going for only thing that there's not part of confusing about it, where they kind of designed it where I don't like getting into this part, but Cao Ling is playing discarded, and it seemed like discarded cards kind of want the portal open, so he's a card that's activating the portal.
Right.
But
you remember you could be closing it then. You know what I mean? Like,
duh.
Yeah. Activate is to either open or close. So.
I don't know why this in my head it just automatically means open.
I've had this discussion. It's tough when because obviously I'm an ambassador, so when you have to explain that to somebody and explain to them that activate means to either open or close. I wish that they would have picked a different, I don't know, like a key term for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't toggle. What was it?
Like toggle, or do you think it's a little technical?
And that's the thing. Like, I honestly don't know what other word to pick. But not activate. I don't know. Activate to me, it's like Ryo said. It kind of to me sounds like you're turning something on.
Exactly.
We got Andrew here in the chat that said Cao Ling is the best new contender. I don't even need to see anything else being released.
You know what? The more and more I look at Cao Ling, the more and more I'm kind of like, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Listen, I'm only gonna play this deck if I'm playing against discarded. I'm telling you right now.
Why?
I don't see it, man. And it's just I don't see it because I don't know what other cards are in the set. You know what I mean? But I just don't see it with him.
You know what I do? You know what I do see?
What?
I see Weber.
Oh, now that is the it right there. That's my boy. That's my boy.
I
will definitely be running Weber.
I am 100%. I know we definitely got way off track, but like two contenders I'm definitely gonna be playing in set 3 is the new Magnate and Weber. 100% without question.
Oh man.
I'm just saying though, he's riding that Moxie coattail again. All right, this guy, he's a full-fledged pipe writer.
I mean, he also is kind of dumb. Like I just don't get why he has a landmine in his hand.
I told you, man, because he's about to throw it.
Bro, he about to throw it. It's gonna.
He's about to throw it.
Claymore.
He's gonna throw it.
Throwing a Claymore is how you spin it around and blow yourself up.
Like I said, he's gonna throw it. The wind's gonna catch it, and it's gonna fly back at him. That's. And you know what's crazy? Anybody who read the book, you would not be surprised. You go, yeah, that's Weber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just hit his intro music. It's just Weber. Do 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 do.
Oh man.
All right, Jay. What cards are you excited for?
Me? So obviously Suit Up. And then Weber was my second one, but my third one has to be Triumphant Revitalization. The new white Clash buff.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
you may only play this if your contender is white. Target contender Clash card gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Then target contender gains 3 health, which obviously it's going to be mine. Screw yours. And I get to draw a card. This is going to be the beginning of a new wave of Clash buff, people.
Yes.
Like we are.
They have the guts to make a 1-cost Clash buff that isn't awful.
Yeah, this thing is fire.
It's like the black one is on the edge of being good, but this one is actually genuinely good.
Yeah, this is a great Clash buff.
Like,
I freaking love this thing.
Think about what this does in the context of Cowling, because Cowling is a 0-1 already. If you use this on a contender, because surprise, Clash buffs are really good when you can use them on a contender war, then you can actually buff him to a 1/2.
Which is
and he
nice.
gains 3 life, which means you are offsetting 2 damage per attack +3 flat. So 3 flat +2 per time your contender gets attacked, you are gonna wall off.
Yep.
unless you're playing, unless a magnet is swinging into your face.
See, my camera went out.
I was gonna say you froze.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta recheck technical difficulty. You guys can keep talking at this way too. Do something with my camera.
So Drake, what's yours?
We've kind of brought him up already, but we haven't really brought up why I'm interested in him. The Magnate Contender.
Yes.
The reason for that is because there are already cards that exist right now that trigger him. And that is really awesome because it means that you don't necessarily need to rely on cross your fingers and pray a good card gets released to actually support him. Weber, you can actually just run him with things that you know are good, and then the more stuff comes out that synergizes with him, like that one where it's Magnate reading the newspaper about himself.
Oh, evil expedition.
Yeah, and every time they release a new card that can proc Magnate, that's just gravy on top of things. There are, because of things that already work on contenders like that, that already gives us Magnate a huge edge. I'm not sure I'm going to use the new Flash buff, though. I think the green new Flash buff is kind of on the worst side of things, and I really think Power Overflowing is really going to trump it in this case. It's like, yay for Pestilence for getting a new buff, but not one that particularly is going to be necessary in Magnate. And what's really annoying is because of how buffs work in terms of deck construction, you can't just like have 4 Power Overflowing and then sideboard into this because you can only have 4 buffs in your main and sideboard, meaning that you have basically committed to which buff you're going to use upon construction, meaning you're always going to use Power Overflowing. But aside from that, there's just about everything that's coming out with Magnate is just enormous gravy because it also makes other Magnate stuff that we've seen before that didn't really make sense make more sense. Like, who remembers Magnate Unwavering Might?
Me.
Crap. Yeah, I was gonna say I remember it, but I don't remember seeing it in anyone's deck.
Yeah, now that card actually makes a certain amount of sense because you're having a bunch of magnates getting spammed all over the place. You're having Magnate Cunning Planner. You're having this new Magnate that opens the portal. You're having this Magnate that makes other Magnates cheaper. And basically, you're going to have Magnates all over the place and just flooding the board. And you have the very tantalizingly plausible possibility of letting Magnate Unwavering Might live the dream of coming out for free.
Absolutely.
And, how do you feel then? So this to both Ryo and Drake then, since you guys are so Magnate heavy right now. How do you like Gamma Fire?
I love Gamma Fire.
Oh yeah, Gamma Fire. It's not boom good. Let's get that right out of the way right now. But it's not bad in context. It's a decent amount of damage, and really, when you look at it, 3 damage is largely going to do about as much as 4 in most cases, because very few things are actually 4 defense.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3 defense out there, and a war in particular has a lot of 3 defenses.
And then just to for the people that are watching that don't or that are listening but not watching, there you go. So Gamma Fire is the first contender weapon that's been shown off. It's a 3 cost with 2 green pips, and then it costs 2 green to attach. Whenever the attached contender attacks, you may engage this card. If you do, deal 1 damage to all clash cards defending player controls. You may send this card to Oblivion. If you do, deal 3 damage instead. This card can only be attached to a Magnate contender. So yeah, that is pretty nasty.
Does that mean you can attach it to the original Magnate?
Yes.
Not like anyone would actually run the original Magnate anymore.
Yep, but yes, you can run it on the original Magnate. But you're right. I doubt anybody would do that over the new Magnate.
Yeah, new Magnate is just very, 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 very good.
Which first 2-0 contender. That's the first thing.
Oh, yeah, that is so huge. And the fact that
Yeah.
he can proc himself to 2-1 so easily, he can proc off a ham sandwich.
But yeah, so this one is at 25. His is whenever this card becomes the target of a non-clash buff action card you control, it gains +0/+1 until end of turn. And if an opponent controls 3 or more clash cards, this card may not attack that opponent's contender. Just their contender. It can attack clash cards. It just can not attack the contender. And at 15, it's got trigger victory. Draw 1 card. At the start of your turn, choose 1. This contender gains breakthrough until end of turn, or this contender gains close combat until end of turn, which is absolutely disgusting.
Especially when it's like, okay, cool, you have a full board, so now I have to attack you, so now I can just attack you because you're standing, or I can hit you with breakthrough. And that's why I said I'm so for this card, because I feel like I just see all the possibilities into it. And it's going to be, I think it'll be amazing. I love Evil Expedition because it's a 0 cost card, so you can play it. You target your Magnate contender, so again it gets its skill off. You can search the deck. Like I love everything that's going on with Magnate right now.
Yeah, you know what else hilariously procs Magnate?
Clash buffs.
Mend.
Oh, Mend, yeah.
It's a basic action that targets a clash, that targets a contender.
Yeah.
And he is going to need some Mend because he is going to get absolutely plastered with the amount of damage that he's going to inflict on himself. He is probably going to out self-harm Torque.
See, I don't think that, because again, when you put that 1 defense on it, you're not taking any damage.
Yeah, I probably would try not to swing unless I procced my first ability.
Yeah.
I would
Also,
probably
there's the
one.
potential synergy of this and somewhere in San Francisco.
Yeah, it can give it can give it +1. But that's why I keep saying, like, I feel like this will probably be the first mono colored green, because again, you're gonna want to have those magnate cards.
Mhm.
You want to also have room for those basic actions to be played. I said I think it's gonna be, if it is a different color in there, it'll be a very, very small package.
Yeah.
All right, so I think my turn. So again, we are talking about Suit Up, but the first card that I'm 100% excited for, and this is going to be in every single deck I play, and that is Lin Nanite Assassin.
Ooh, yeah. Good Lin.
This to me right now, I'm saying it is literally the best card in the game. Because it is a one
in the game.
In the game, best card in the game. Let me explain why. So it is a 1 cost, and its stats are 2/2. So right off the back, that is ridiculous for a 1 cost card.
Yeah, for sure.
And then trigger enter, you target opponent, they diminish 1, so they mill 1 card from their deck, and then you put a bounty counter on one of their cards. And if a clash card in your opponent's field is sent to Oblivion that has a bounty counter, you can pick a card that is cost 2 or less from any Oblivion and play it. So you have that first effect built in, but then you have multiple Lens out, you can activate that skill multiple times.
Right. It's definitely strong. It's for sure. Like, it's probably, I would say, the strongest one pick or 1 cost card in the game for sure.
Especially if you open this and you have Detroit out, now it's a 2/3. You think I care about your torque? You think I care about your flare? Nah. Yeah, wait.
Speaking of Torque, though, this actually has really funny synergies in Torque the Diabolical, because what you do is you target a 1 cost, a 1 defense clash that the opponent has.
Yep.
And with the
And
bounty
then you
counter,
ping 'em.
and then you ping it, and then it
Yeah.
gets defeated, which sets off Luminary Assassin, and then you bring back an uncontrollable.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. That's what I said. Again, best card. Like, this card is phenomenal. If I said I would trade anyone for their top 8s. Like, I want a playset of this in my deck. I will buy people's playsets, because again, when I say it's on set 3, this is the card I am playing, and I am not going to stop playing this card. Like,
Well, here's an interesting thing about the card. What we see in the spoilers on Discord is its rarity is promo.
yeah, it's promo.
We don't know what its actual rarity in the set is. This
Right.
could be an epic. This could be a rare.
Yeah, for sure.
I like I said, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I'm getting it. Like, I'm not.
But it's like we don't know how easy it's going to be to get.
Right. Yeah, that's what he's
All I
getting
know
at. It
is my
could be
losing
something.
streak's going to continue.
No, it's like cool. It's like,
No, Shauna, I'm gonna train you up, Shauna. I'm gonna train you so that you can defeat Ryan.
wow,
I
you
need to, because
gonna
I
turn
think
against
I'm
me like that?
Yeah, Ryan, you need somebody to humble you again. It's been a long time since I Moxie primed your ass.
Bro, that still like lives like rent free in my head.
nightmares.
I just imagine Ryo sitting in bed and just, oh no,
The Moxie!
keep the Vikings out. No.
Like, bro, like you are probably the reason why I stopped playing Moxie, to be honest with you. All right, and then my third card is one that just released a couple days ago. Dreadful Decimation.
Let's get that out.
Oh, it's the Pestilence Trap.
Here it is. Bam. So it's see, my thing with this card is that this is so expensive, but it is.
It's so cheap. No, bro, it's so cheap. It's so cheap.
Right. It's cheap if you get to reduce it. Yes, it is cheap. But just in general, for it to be 6 and it's 4 green pips, So you can reduce the cost to activate this trap by a green pip for each Harbinger clash card in your Oblivion. So you at best you're gonna pay 2 for it, honestly. And then you counterattack. Target attacking clash card gets -6 next to -6. If that clash card is defeated by this effect, you may activate the portal. So my 2 things for this card. One, like I said, I hate that it's 6 normally. Like I get that you can lower it down to 2.
Yeah.
But it's just 6 just seems really high. My second thing is this. I don't understand why this is Pestilence. Because this does not proc. Yeah, it doesn't proc Pestilence. So I feel like why not just make it a Magnate card?
Why not make it? It's practically a death card, actually.
Yeah, or a death. Yeah, or make it black.
But you got to think, Pestilence whole thing is minusing attack. Like that's his whole thing.
Yeah.
No. I understand the ability is a Pestilence thing, but I'm saying like so it doesn't work with the Pestilence contender.
Oh, okay.
I think, and Drake's right. Like honestly, this seems like it should be a death because obviously you want to get death cards in your Oblivion, and that's kind of like the point of it. So it lowering the cost, and that's already even an ability that's on another death card. So like, I feel like you're right. It should have been a black card.
Because I was like
dead deaths, you can straight up cheat this out without having a single green resource.
Yeah, because like where I'm thinking about, I'm putting this card into death because I can easily get the Harbingers into the discard pile. That's not a problem. And then I'll have a card of 2. You attack me, cool. -6/-6.
Yeah.
Like so.
Now let me tell you that I'm gonna get mad when that happens to me because I know someone's gonna do that to a 6-cost flare.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. That's exactly what's going to happen. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry. You're safe. Nothing bad will ever happen to you.
Unbelievable, man.
But yeah, those are some of the spoilers that we are definitely looking forward to. And I know a lot of people are kind of iffy or kind of, I guess, upset about the portal being reprinted and then word minions. I'm like, bring it on. I'm okay with that.
I don't understand why that upset anybody.
Like people were like legit like upset. I'm like, why are you mad?
Yeah, if anything, scratch my head because it means that if there's war tokens being printed in this set, that means that war tokens are going to be relevant to the draft set for the experience, which means there is going to be war token synergies in this set that we have yet to see.
Yeah, that we haven't seen. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, okay, so that means there's going to be cards like specifically because like if they were redoing the war minions again, like I don't know, like I feel like I like the art that they did with this look where they put like war behind them and stuff like that. And I doubt that they did it just for new art. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that they paid Sonderflex to do this art just because they felt like it. Like, there has to be a reason.
Now, these Nova tokens, I need all of them.
Yeah.
I need all of them foiled.
Yeah, I need foil on this just because Flair's looking absolutely great on this.
And I still think it's so crazy that the Nova token is actually a relic token.
It is. It's a relic.
So that makes me think, because you can use this and you can cheese out some more Machnia stuff.
Wait. Yeah. That's
yeah, because it's a relic.
Yeah.
So I can create some tokens and cool, and I got free fodder for Machnia. Ping, 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 pew, pew, pew.
From some of the weirdest things at people: toys, necklaces,
women.
He's not very smart. He knows he grab and he throw and it go.
It's like the meme: throw, no take. Only throw.
Only throw. That's all it is.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for that because I'm like that's gonna be nasty.
And then when it comes to the portal thing, right? I don't understand why anybody would complain. Just because, like, honestly, this portal looks way better than the first one.
Yeah, like
definitely does.
Like, dude, do you have a comparison photo?
Yeah, I'm posted. They're right. I don't have them like side by side. I can bring them up one at a time. But this is the closed, and then this is the open, which it obviously follows the lore of how the discarded are like coming through the portal and stuff like that. So that's cool. But like, I also feel like the foil on this is gonna look way cooler than the current portal.
I said I have one request. I know it's kind of because it's pretty much done. I just hope that both sides are foiled.
Yeah, me too. And the thing is when I look at it, the only thing that I see that will probably be foiled is this over here, like where the skyline is.
Okay.
Because like, how do you foil a cave really? Like, I don't see them foiling gray.
Dude, just throw glitter on it.
Just make it shiny.
like you see her, but you make it twice different.
Just throw glitter.
Just throw glitter on it. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But yeah, so the portal and I like it. I like that they're introducing new tokens. That's also cool.
Ooh, I'm gonna ask them this because since technically I know for a fact set 3 is not legal for Clash Ground, but if I pull a portal in my pre-release kit, can I use the new portal? Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Why not get the token?
I'm like,
Yeah.
Use a freaking quarter. You can use a cheeseburger.
I feel like it'd be that one person. No, that's not legal.
Yep.
You lose. Disqualified.
And I also brought up, I know nobody mentioned them as his favorite because of obvious reasons, but I will say the art on Lord Krung looks very, very cool. I don't know if I'll actually use the contender, but I absolutely like the art.
I'll be honest, I will use the contender. Only reason why it was not in my top 3 was just because I like those cards more. But I'm a fan of any contender that has 1 defense. I love it. Come on, you think I petitioned for Haven for 3 months straight? I was in denial for 3 months.
You were in denial. Holy crap! I've never seen someone fight for blue so hard.
Oh, he did.
Like I was in such not, but this card again, I thought this is one of them card. This deck, you build it, you take it to your locals, you have a good time. You take it to a tournament, you probably won't get past round 3. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's just that 20 kills me, man. I can't play any contender at 20.
Really? So what can you do 25?
25, yeah, because Machina's 25, Weber's 25, but 20, even at 0-1, man, I feel like 20 is so low.
Yeah, and I think that since there's some more ways, because I feel like there's gonna be way more ways to kind of get around that 1 defense. And I keep going back to Lynn. Lynn's a 2/2 for 1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit you for 1 at the early of the game. Like I don't care about your 1 defense. I'm blasting through it, and that's why again, not going to tangent, but Haven is dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
unless we see some crazy like freaking counter play cards coming out, I don't see.
I feel like the best thing Haven can do if you have a card that says turn all counters into a straight counter, bounty counter, or a relic. I think that'd be the biggest thing that could help. Because now at this point, now you can play cards that get speed counters. You can play the bounty counters, and you can play this card to chain them to relics.
Yeah.
But that's I'm not in denial anymore. I got help.
I got help.
I finished the program, and I'm much better now.
Yeah. Havian is not our savior. She is not. She is not the alternate WinCon that we thought she was.
Bro, like it's so crazy. I go back and watch my old videos, and I just go, "Why did no one stop me?"
We tried.
Listen,
Okay.
we tried. Yeah, we did try.
We tried.
I don't know about you, but when Haven didn't pan out, my response was, "Oh, thank God!" Because imagine how ruined the game would feel if Haven were tier 0, and
Yeah.
it's basically just Haven fighting Haven over and over again, and everybody basically just sitting around playing Lorcana and watching the other person accumulate their own counters.
I mean, we pretty much.
Playing Lorcana.
That's it.
You're not doing damage. You're gaining counters. That's how Lorcana is won.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we're probably kind of pretty much in that same point now, but it's just torque.
Oh, but at least there's
Haven
damage,
would
though.
play
At least there's
Lorcana in
damage.
universe.
That is true. That is true. Now, speaking of torque, I don't think Alcott has this problem, but someone did. Carlos did mention this. So again, I like to, read the comments and bring things up. Somebody asked about how do we feel or do we think Alpha Clash will ever have a power creep problem? I'm gonna bow out and say no. I don't think there's a power creep problem. I don't think there will ever be one. I feel the game is very, very well tested. And I would say people need to stop blaming a deck just because you can't beat it. Blame the deck builder, Jay Crane. Because it's not that the deck is broken. It's just the person who created has a really fucked up mind and put this together.
It's, told you guys.
Thank you. I would like to.
Yeah, no, I agree with this. I don't think so. I'm not gonna say that there isn't a power creep. Every TCG has a power creep. It's the only way to evolve. Like, there's no way to just keep making cards that are the same strength as the set before, and then you're gonna keep people playing. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Cards are gonna get outdated. Some cards will become staples. Some cards you'll never hear from them ever again. Like, it just happens.
Spiritual defense.
Yeah, but like, do I think that the power creep that we're seeing is balanced and good? Yes. I think Triumphant Revitalization is a great example of taking something like the 0 cost Clash buff and changing it up to bring it up to be a 1 cost Clash buff and still being able to keep the game balanced. I think this is the future. We're gonna see stuff like this that are going to have crazy abilities and it's going to be awesome. But because of the fact that everything is slowly doing it, they will all be balanced. Another example is that Lin. That Lin to some people seems like it's way too much. But honestly, I bet you it's because there's some other cards in the set that are going to be pretty nasty. I bet you there's going to be some 1 or 2 cost cards in other colors that are gonna be nasty. Like, yeah, Lin is great, but maybe Green doesn't have a 1 or 2 cost one, but maybe King of the Gambit is their big power creep card. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know until you see the full set, and for people to judge it based on spoilers, listen, go play Magic then. If you just want to complain for sake of complaining, go play Magic. Listen, that's what it's about over there, but here, everything's too new. Everything is running well. Like you said, there's huge play testing that's going on. There's people talking. There's people are listening. This is not like other games where like the creators are not listening to people. Like, if you're in the Facebook groups, you see Ridge in there. You see Garrett in there. You see Josh in there. Like, they are watching and listening to everything that we say, and they make their moves and they make sure that everything's done calculated. So as of right now, I don't have a problem with what I'm seeing. From the leaks, nothing stands out where I'm like, oh, this is way too much. This is gonna break the whole game. Like, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see anything on it. Even unfortunately for me, it's the easiest one to use is the 1 cost land. It's like, okay, it's unbalanced. At the minute, it makes you mill. It has 2/2, but then we also have a contender that has 2 base attack. So even if I go and attack that, it's going to die. And then also you have the fact that the card, you have to use other ways to get rid of it, or you have to find a way to attack into it. And I'll say again, it balances itself back out. And that's why I don't see a power creep come right now. I don't really see it. I see cards, again, like you said before, cards that are just going to be not playable because you'll have something better that comes out. Like again, even in set 1, you had Sinister Assistance that is now getting more play. You had Spiritual Defense that was a bad card when it was released because you had better cards to play like Sharpshooter. There was no reason to ever play Spiritual Defense besides if you didn't have Sharpshooter.
Or in that draft setting.
It's that. So again, like, it's not. There's nothing wrong with a card becoming unplayable because something new that came out that does what that did, but better. That's perfectly fine. It's not anything to be upset about or cry about. It's one of the things, again, you never know. Maybe one day in set 85, Spiritual Defense will be good.
Yeah, for sure. and that happens. And no, it's true. That happens. Like for example, I'll put it in the Magic world. A bunch of spoilers are coming out for Sunder Junction, and there's cards that are being shown that is making cards from the past spike up in price right now because they combo off together. Cards that people were not paying attention to. You know what I mean? Cards that were like 30 cents, and now within a week are at $9. Like that's a big difference. So like it's gonna happen with Alpha Class 2. You're right. We could see 2 years from now a card come out that makes a card that was worthless now be very, very good.
Bro, just think about this. When Suit Up got released, Heavy Power got sold out on TCG Player. Immediately, the same day, it was sold out. Because, again, it's a card that made Heavy Power extremely playable, extremely easy, and it sold out. And unfortunately, for people who didn't get it, when Set 3 comes out, you're playing Suit Up, it's no longer going to be a dollar card. I'm sorry. It's going to be a $5 to $10 card, which I feel is cool because it's an epic. And I feel like no epic should be $1 ever.
Yeah.
But you have things like you have things like that again, cards going to come out, and since Outcast already came out and said that they're not going to do a rotation, they'll have banned limited lists, like that, which I think is perfectly fine. Because, again, it just adds hype where they, okay, hey, let's take this card off the ban list. And bam, boom, skyrocket.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, perfect. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So, the next thing we have 2 more topics here. Run a little bit over, but that is fine. You guys love us. The Kickstarter for the comic book, it launches on my birthday, not Josiah. I'm born first. No, actually, Josiah is older than me. But, birthdays releases on April 9th. And that is when it will go live. It was confirmed on the podcast yesterday through the portal that it will be a 42-page comic book. They said it's a traditional comic book. They're looking to have these released regularly, and they'll eventually, I think they're going to announce the tier goals here soon, but it will have different arts to it, different covers to collect as well for the collected part of it. What?
There was 5 different covers.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, it could be 5. I don't think I said it.
You said 12.
They showed off is nice. The one that they showed off was real nice.
It's really nice. And people don't know what it's called. J. Craig has it up now. It's called Alpha Clash After the Clash, Issue 1, Torque Therapy. And how they're describing it is that the graphic novels or more of the novels are the MCU movies, and the comic books are the Disney Plus shows. And I think that's probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
That's a very modern way to describe it. This is actually a very old tradition in comics where you have essentially tie-ins to like a main event.
Yes. Yep, that's what they used to be called, tie-ins. Yep.
So I know for a fact.
The login outside the thing, but yes.
I know for a fact that I'm definitely going to get it, and again, just like how all the other projects are, you want to go ahead and turn on the notification, get that saved, and so that way, when the 9th comes, you can go ahead and place your orders. Again, last time, things pretty much sold out very quickly. I said again, I like comic books. I like to have it, so I'm very curious, and I'm kind of want to figure out, like, is this going to be Torque, like, before, if you read the book, like, before he got to San Francisco, where he started torquing people's heads, I want, like, it was like his origin story, which for me, I want to know more about this character.
Yeah, so at least from the pictures that I saw, there's definitely going to be parts where he is still in the prison, because it looked like you see that part, and it also looks like, without giving away stuff from the book, there's also that altercation against Shadowlight,
which again, I cannot wait to see that in full color, because it is hilarious.
Like seeing it instead of just reading it is gonna be awesome.
Because even like having some of the card art and then reading some of the stuff in the book, like, I still think I unnecessarily screamed when Torque jumped out of the plane and said, "Here comes the boom," and I'm like I was like, for no reason. I don't know why I was so excited, but I guess like seeing the art from it and then reading it and just everything was going on at that moment. For me, it was my second favorite fight scene. My number one is a card that just got released. It's called Clarity. Shit, the hell is it called? I can't think what it's called, but it's basically when they first got to San Francisco, and I say it was their assembling the team scene where you had Kilimanjaro, you had Sonoro, you had all of them there. Warcry got super buff for some reason. Don't know when that happened. Like I still like bro, like I went back and I said, did I miss a time jump here? Because this man was skinny and getting his ass whipped. Now this man, you tell me he's big as Torque. What is he taking and where can I find it? But so that exciting again. You have not signed up for it. Make sure you do get signed up for it. And the last thing that we're telling people to get signed up for, or maybe just look into, they did just announce before we went live the what's it called?
Judge program.
Yeah, that thing. Damn.
Yep, the judge program.
So they did launch the level 1. So this is for the level 1 Alpha Class judge test where you can go and take. There are a couple things that I do want to know. They do recommend that you do read up on the rules because you do have the passing criteria. You have to get at least 75% of the questions correct. And then you have a cooldown period too. So if you do not pass, you have to wait 30 days before you can retake the test. So again, if you keep taking it, you keep failing, it can delay it. So I'll say again, read up the rules. They do have a link to the basic rule book, advanced rule book, and tournament rules, which you'll need to go ahead and pass this test. And then once you successfully pass the test, you'll receive an email confirmation notifying you of your achievement. Furthermore, you'll be officially recognized as a level 1 judge and added to the esteemed list of certified judges within the community. And so again, we did see some spoilers for the judge cards, and that's how you'll be able to get those. But again, being a judge, it is also a dedication that you do have to give. So it might be things where you have to.
You all right?
No.
You just have a stroke?
No, like I was looking at something. I'll have to discuss that later. Something that's doing me completely off.
Okay.
But again, we all say doing these judge events, you do want to be able to, make sure you know the rules, go to different tournaments, and also with knowing the rules for it. I guess something I want to very, very hit on with Clash Rock coming up in 3 weeks. Familiarize with the rule book, familiarize with the tournament rules and the floor rules. So we don't want to see anyone get disqualified for not adhering to proper protocol with the rules. And then also, if you want to be a judge, you have to also take that same thing into account that, hey, you have to follow these rules that they have presented. Some may seem unfair, but it's all for the greater good of everyone else. So, which one of us go to the judge test?
It's like, I know it's a couple days late, but you know the rules. And so do I.
I got that.
We're musical people, Drake, so trust me, we know.
Yeah, because I can't wait to see Beetlejuice is coming here to Toledo, and I'm so excited.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait either, man. Seeing it June 23rd.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. Remember, we found out in
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that and this is so I personally will not be taking the judge test.
What?
I have way too much, man. I'm already doing the ambassador program. I got way too much going on.
That's fine.
Take it later.
What was that, Drake? You're thinking about it later?
Later? Yeah, for now I want to compete, see how I do with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
And plus, whenever I need a judge ruling anyway, I just message you anyway and say, hey, I need this. And you do it for free. So, hey.
Yeah. I do it for everybody for free that plays, for sure. Even at the LGS, everybody just asks me for rules. just because I've read the rule book way too many times to freaking. I've read it more than the book. I tell you that.
I said I started my actual read of the rules more on the tournament, like the judge side, like the tournament rules. And I was a lot of them like, oh crap! Like a lot of things that we do when we're playing, like if you do that, you could get a game loss.
Yeah, during a tournament, yeah, for sure. All it takes is just somebody to say it.
And like I said, that threw me off. Like I know I told Drake before, like the biggest thing is that you have to follow the turn rules. Like again, you have to say, okay, cool, I attack. Do you obstruct? No. Okay. Do you buff? No. Like I know Drake, like he has to have like where he'll say, you can't buff. Like if you do that and a judge sees it or calls it, that's a game loss.
Yeah.
Because in the rules it said like you cannot play your opponent's deck.
Yep.
And I was like, that's kind of like, I mean, some people say, oh, that's kind of hard. I'm like, it is, but it's kind of like, I get it.
Yeah.
Or I guess like also some else on the rule, like if you do not ask your opponent, do you buff? They can literally call a judge over here and say that you did not give them a chance to buff.
Yeah.
And
that stuff is standard tournament stuff. Like I don't want anybody to think that's like it's just Rising Empires or Alpha Clash that's putting like if you've played in the professional tournament scene, like this is how it is. Like so it's not gonna be like how it is at your LGS. Like keep that in mind. Like this is the big boys.
yeah, and just pray that you don't get paired up with a rule shark because those do exist and they're the worst.
Listen, when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Semi-Pro,
oh my God.
There was people that like literally won tournaments that way. Like they tried to make you do something that they were able to call a judge. Like if you didn't allow them to cut your deck after you shuffled, like that they would immediately be like, nope, game loss.
Like I got
keep an eye out for that because there is people like that.
I got that a lot because again, in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules, it states that after you cut my deck, I can go ahead and cut my deck again. And the guy I played made a big ass deal about it. I'm like, it's literally in the rules. After I shuffle, you cut my deck, I'm allowed to cut my deck again.
Yep.
I said in the rules state that no, you can't go back and shuffle my deck because then it will be an endless loop. This man sat there for 10 minutes and just kept running down the turn timers just so I can get mad and quit. But I said, cool, I'm petty too. I got nothing but time.
Yeah, I'll time you out in a Yu-Gi tournament. Oh, I'll time you out.
Or another thing I did get, and
that's when you get past first turn kills, though. I will say that.
Now, one thing I did do, and some people, some people in the BGC Pokemon community, they still don't like me for this, but I say, a win's a win, baby. I purposely ran down the clock, and people said, "Oh, that was so bad." I said, "It's not against the rules." I said,
that's what I thought. Like Haven decks were gonna do. I thought Haven decks were gonna try to get that first win and then run the clock.
I say, my thing like this, like every professional sport does it. Football does it all the time. Running the clock is an actual strategy. So again, if I'm like, cool, there's 45 seconds left in the round. I have 45 seconds to make a move. I'm going to run the clock because when I do this, I'll win. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry you don't watch sports.
Yeah.
That's like being in the Super Bowl and saying, shit, we losing, but fuck it, let's do it. Like nobody will ever do that. They're like, cool, we're up, we're winning. If I run this ball, it's 95% chance I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna go ahead and take the knee and end the clock and end the game. Now Super Bowl champ. That's sports, baby.
That's sports.
So I'm telling you right now, I'm telling everyone who's listening, if it comes out of time and it comes down to that I have 10, you have 9. I know you got me on next turn, and there's 10 seconds left in the game, I'm running the clock down. That's just life, baby.
Damn.
That's chess, baby. This is it, what are you gonna do? Call a judge?
No, and let me see now you said chess. Yeah, that in chess, that's 100% a strategy. most chess games get timed out like that. So yeah, that is definitely something that is done by professionals. So
Like
enjoy playing against Ryo in Vegas, everybody.
I said I'm not lying, so but again, if it's like cool, you got game on your side of the board. I know if I say pass turn, I'm losing. I say how much time is around? You say 30 seconds. Cool. What's your discard pile? Cool. How many cards in hand? Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and charge a resource. Shuffle my hand. Cool. Tap 2. Cool. That's timing around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
and you know what's a good tell for who those people are? If they have their own timer on the table. If they're keeping track,
I feel like
those
you
guys
would
are
be
gonna
that
time you
person.
out.
No, because I would not do. You know why? Because I would leave the damn timer at the table and forget about it. Oh! Speaking of timer on the table, another thing for Vegas, you cannot have electronic devices on the table.
Oh yeah. that's
Life
important.
has to be counted by pen or paper or a die. I say do pen and paper because if
Yeah,
your die
definitely.
gets knocked off that table, you might as well say, "Cool, we're going to game 2," because you're not going to win that argument. So it's better just have pen and paper. You know, have your life there. It'll make it so much better. Because again, last you want to do.
It's also better life tracking too. Like just when you're putting stuff and then you can see the order of events. It's also better.
Like it's so much better.
Like other games.
And
have you seen? I kind of wanted to bring this up. Have you seen these little notepads? They're not electronic. They're like chemical and stress.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Are those legal?
I see.
Those are legal because it's not electronic.
Say I say like I wouldn't use it because again, I just don't want it to be that someone could accidentally erase something.
Right. Somebody can accidentally press that button, and then you'd kind of have no argument. But is it legal to use it?
Yes.
It is legal to use those. But I agree. I want something that cannot. I don't care if somebody pushes it off the table, if someone flips it, if someone drops a drink on it, I could still read it. So that's why I always do pen and paper when it comes to tournaments.
And that's my thing. I said again, you can use it, but my thing is just I don't want to leave anything up to chance like that. I'd rather go, cool, I have my paper here. Hey, what happened this turn? This what happened here. It could easily be fixed. I can easily show where my life was. If a board state needs to be returned back to where it needs to go, I can easily put it back where it needs to go. And you can never say, oh, this happened. Now, if you do need electronic devices for any kind of medical issues, you do want to contact your TO head judge beforehand so that they can make sure you have those accommodations. I do believe they will have static seating as well. People don't know what static seating is, or if you're in a wheelchair, or like how my son, he is high functioning autistic, where basically they'll keep him in one seat and then just bring his opponent to them. So again, if you need those accommodations, please talk to them beforehand so that way they can have that ready for you. That way you also won't get a game loss for not being at your area because they'll know that, hey, they're in a wheelchair, we got to bring their opponent to them. No one ever has an issue with that. But again, you want to be very, very clear about any accommodation that you do need. And I'll say again, if you get there Friday, please let them know on Friday so that way come Saturday and Sunday, it's already set up for you.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. Another potential question: do they allow like manual widgets?
What do you mean by manual widgets?
So like how like the Arcana counters are?
Yeah. No, it's like I don't want to take. One of those Magic the Gathering cards that's meant to be like a day-night thing and
yes,
write stuff on it for draft.
Yeah.
I want to take one of those and write with big letters, Amazon Rainforest is online, and slap it on top of my deck whenever Amazon Rainforest is online, so I never forget the stupid thing.
No.
That I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that,
Yeah, you cannot do that. You are responsible for knowing the board state at all times.
Yeah.
So, and which also sucks because again, if you miss that, and someone says, "Hey, he did not activate Rainforest," that could cause issues as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If it's too far, like ahead where you can't retroactively move the game state, they will just give you the loss. A judge does not have any obligation to reverse game state just because you missed a trigger. So they'll just end up giving you the loss.
This inherently makes Amazon Rainforest the most dangerous card in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Better not messing it.
because say like for me, not something you can do because like what I'll do is I'll have my clash ground like above my deck, like directly above my deck. So when I go to draw, it's always in my picture where I can see it. So things like that. As long as it's not, as long as it's a clear indication that hey, this is the clash ground area, this is my deck, this is my Oblivion. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Also, again, huh?
No, I was gonna say I'm also interested to see how many people are going to miss their resource step by accidentally doing something else.
Oh, that's gonna be so bad. That's
Because
gonna be
I'll
so
tell you right
bad.
now that I will be that person.
I
If
will,
see people with
100%.
resource, nope, too late.
Like no, like bro, I'm saying if you draw and if you draw a card and you turn one of them cards sideways, your resource phase is done.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Can I go back? Absolutely not. Take this L.
Yep.
I've literally never seen someone screw that up, not even in a casual environment.
You've never seen someone miss a resource?
I've 100% seen someone miss a resource.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I am known for that.
Yeah, you are known.
I've never seen someone straight up forget to play one.
Oh yeah, I've seen someone try to ping with a flare and then say, "Oh, I forgot to resource," and try to resource. Oh, if you do that in a tournament,
Like, bro, judge.
yeah, bet.
Like
I'm not letting you do anything.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pull out the Pokemon card, judge, I'm gonna hand it right to your face. Like, yo, no, hold on, judge. Let me get one of those over here. What's another thing that people can forget?
Especially at the beginning. At the beginning, there was people missing resource step a lot.
Yes.
Because people thought that they could play resources whenever they wanted to, like Magic.
Yeah, they didn't know it was a specific part of the turn.
Yeah.
I figured that out fairly quickly.
See, it was easy for me not to do that because since I had the ambassador mat, like you literally see the phases.
Yeah, right there.
So
your
like
face.
you can tell, yeah. But like if you're just someone that just like read the instructions, I could see you making that mistake.
Or if you only played at the demo event and that was it.
Right, yeah.
Also, people.
The easy way to remember is that if the resource first thing is making the game the hardest it can be for you because you have to commit before you do anything else.
Yeah,
you can draw, but then you have to commit before you actually make your plays. So if you start making plays to get a response or a buff, you can't just go back and unresource what you put down. What you slap down is what you put down.
Another big thing that people have to keep in mind: the difference between Sin to Oblivion and Defeat.
Yeah.
Because
that's for people that have not read the rules, honestly.
Because again, if a card says this card's sent to Oblivion, or better if this card's defeated, do this trigger. If that card was sent and not defeated, and you trigger, you draw something, you now create a board state that cannot be reversed because there's no way to understand. There's no way to figure out what cards you actually drew without keeping integrity of the game, and then that could have consequences. So like that's another big thing. So like. Death to Dreadful, how it says when it's defeated, pay 2, draw 1. If someone what's the card? The white one, whatever it's called. Deliverance. And you pay 2 and you draw, you can't go back.
Yeah.
Are you muted, bro?
Now, here's what I'm pretty sure I know, but I wanted to confirm it anyway. The standby that essentially works the same way as Magic Stack, right? Where of all the effects that you control, I imagine Death is going to get screwed up a lot by this. if you control multiple effects that trigger simultaneously, you can choose their sequence, correct?
That's correct. It's the same. It's the same way when you play Boom. The cards that get destroyed, you pick the order that they go in, and for some decks, that matters a lot. Jay, bro, you
I don't
muted,
think
man.
that's accurate.
No,
Uh,
no, it's extremely accurate. You got to think, like, say if somebody's playing Death's Door, or say if someone wants to trigger um, Gateway, or say if someone wants to trigger Death Dreadful skill. Like, each of those sequences when they go off matters. So again, if I'm playing Gateway, cool. I want to go ahead and use Gateway to chain Dreadful back to my hand to draw, to put it back to my hand. Or if I want to go ahead and use Dreadful to deal you 2 to draw a card. Those sequences 100% matter because they have to be activated, and you have to let your opponent know that I'm activated. Or same thing with Death's Door. Once this one card is defeated, cool. You'll take one, I take one. This one, you take one, I take one. You have to activate those effects. You just can't go, cool, I'll get rid of them all and deal you 5. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like you have to sequence those cards because those cards state when a clash card is defeated or sent to oblivion. So you have to give your opponent clear understanding that, hey, you use Boom, my cards take 5. So again, this one took 5. This one's defeated first. I'm going to go ahead and chain and trigger Death's Door to it. You have to let your opponent clearly know that this is what's going on. Because say if you have a card that can counter one of those cards, you have to then say, hey, I'm using this card to stop the effect of this card.
Yeah. The point I was trying to get at was that when you hit Boom, damage applies to all cards. They all go to, not sent to, quote unquote, they all get defeated at the same time. And then, once all those cards are defeated, the game will then look back and see which of those had defeat triggers.
No.
Yeah, here's also... Is that not how that works?
No.
No, wait, no. He is correct.
Wait, so wait, no.
Defeat triggers. Hold on. Just listen first. On defeat triggers, will only go off after the boom goes off.
Yeah, okay.
Right in that aspect.
I thought he was saying the other way. So okay.
Yeah. So after the boom goes off, though, and all the defeat triggers go off, the owner would be the one that decides in what order all those defeat triggers go off. That's what Ryo is trying to say. So yes, he would. It's just he was saying it at the wrong time period. It's going to be after the boom hits everything.
Now, if both players have effect, is it AppNap?
Yes, it is AppNap. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. So now this is the one thing though for what Ryo's saying is now if you have, let's say you have a couple deaths out, and let's say there's a Death's Door out, and you also have what is the war? The Provocateur, the one that says that when it takes damage, you can close the portal or you can activate the portal. So you would boom. That ability would go off before anything gets damaged or before anything dies, technically, because it took it gets damaged. You have to act. Yeah, exactly. So you get
damage occurs before defeat trigger.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So the wording on the triggers matters also. But yes, once that happens, then you would decide in what order you want them to happen.
Yeah. Now, here's also an interesting thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Defeat triggers happen before the card is moved to oblivion.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
This matters for that one flare who's 5/3 4 cost.
Oh, the one that on the feet it deals damage for all the clash cards you control.
Yeah, it deals damage for all the clash cards you control. So if you got that flare and like 4 war tokens out, and a boom happens, that will count the number of cards that are on the field before any of them go to oblivion.
Yeah,
it will actually count 5.
And that's why it's so important for you to choose the order when things die. Because if you just go, cool, war tokens gone, war tokens gone. Now when it checks, those war tokens don't exist because they're already gone. You already sent them. That's why it's so important to go, cool, flare first. I have this many. Her skill goes. and then continue to go. That part is so crucial. And I say, like, you know,
That's the point. That's not how that works. It's when the damage lands, the game checks to see which of those clashes suffered damage that would be fatal. Like, say you've all got all of those, and you've also got like a limb under Rampart Chicago who would not die to it. The way it would work is that the game would register that the token took enough damage to die, the token took enough damage to die 4 times, and it would register that Flair took enough damage to die, and it would register that Lynn did not take enough damage to die because Rampart Chicago would boost her to 5-7. And in that particular case, you have 5 defeats that happen. And at that point, you can sequence the defeat triggers. Obviously, these tokens don't have triggers, but Flare does. So you declare the Flare happens.
Yep.
It activates. It does its thing, and this may result in somebody else also being set to oblivion during this same predicament.
Correct.
And
which mind you, if that happens, then that new trigger is going. That's a new sequence, so
right.
that one's gonna technically happen first. Yeah.
And then after that, then the cards are removed from play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not you remove cards from play in specific sequences in order to maximize Flair's effect.
Right. No, it's not that. It's you have to decide the defeat trigger sequences. That's what matters.
This is why this is so important to actually know this stuff.
Yes.
And
because I'm gonna tell you right now.
Am I getting this right?
Just as much as it's a problem for you to forget it, and miss out on it, it's also an advantage if you go up against somebody who doesn't know this information and accidentally doesn't do something to you because they didn't know how it works. So, like, there's also going to be that aspect that could help you. If someone doesn't know that that's how it works, they could get rid of all 5 of those cards and not tell you that they sequenced the Flare to trigger defeat to go first, and then they just do nothing. You know what I mean? So, like, it could also help you.
Yeah, it's like anybody who's faced me in Tavern Brawlers knows I'm pretty classy and laid back. I'll let you take an effect that you obviously would have taken because it's just a tier 1 event. We're all just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
But that's not how things are going to work in Vegas.
Yeah, no. I expect the cutthroat part of everybody's going to show in Vegas, which is going to be interesting. Like, I really wish that it was going to be recorded or live streamed or something, because I would love to see how everybody plays.
Yeah, and I said I really just want like at least like the top cut or top tables to be just recorded and streamed. I keep saying you need that push, you need that out there.
It's history.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know, we all need to see Ryotin winning. Bang.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, shame about that, but
yeah, like I said, again, win the whole thing, retire.
Yeah, right.
like
I'm gonna go out on the top.
I'm going on top. I'm gonna go out as a champion. I'm right off to the win, and then disappear.
Did we have any other topics? Just because I do need to go, but I wanted to make sure.
No,
didn't need me for anything.
No, that's at the end. I was ready to do the wrap up because this what we have. So again, just to recap, next week hopefully we'll have the team from X Seekers on, and then that following week we will have Ridge. Is it Keely or Kylie? How do you say his last name?
I've always said Kylie. Yeah, I've always said Kylie.
Okay, we'll have Ridge.
I hope I've been saying it right, because that would be embarrassing.
I found out that was wrong. But yeah, so he'll be on April 17th. So again, if you have any questions, make sure you drop those down below. But this has been the Road Contenders. Yeah, it's pretty late here, and we're all ready to get some sleep. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode, and we will catch everyone next week.
See you guys next week.
yeah.
Bye.